Superman 1983-7 here. I just watched, well, earlier today I watched a video that Venom Fang X made. Yes, he's back. Yes. Anyway, I posted a comment on his video, just, stating the inaccuracies of it and, all that stuff. Anyway, I was responded to by some girl who really didn't make any sense. And when I responded to this girl, I realized that my first comment had been deleted, which I wasn't surprised of, because most Christians, when I place my views on their channel, tend to remove them in case anybody might find validity in it. So I took no, it didn't hurt me. I just said, okay, whatever. Someone saw it. I'm out. And then I received an inbox message from Venom Fang X. Hey. That's all it says. Hey. And then he puts in my comment that he removed. My comment was, well, part of it. There's a lot more to it, but this is what he decided to take from it. I'm sorry. Did a Christian just tell me I am illogical for not believing in something that no one can provide proof or evidence for? That was me. And he responds back simply by, evidence and proof in order to work require logical laws to follow. Logical laws must be universal and unchanging. Only a universal, unchanging God can allow for logical proofs and evidence. So I was like, alright, that doesn't mean anything to me, which I'm sure he understands doesn't mean anything to me. So I decided to write him a detailed message. So I wrote, first, you remove my comment from your video. Second, you state this like you have absolute certainty that God exists. Can you produce evidence for this? You know the kind you preach we are absent of? The great commonality of religious and the atheist is because you can't see, touch, feel, or prove the existence or non-existence of said God. You're intrinsically running off of beliefs and standards set forth to you by your parents or some other important figure in your life. We can debate this continuously because we are at opposite sides of the spectrum, but I see no sense in your views or in your understanding of logic, which you could say the same for me. But based off of what I have read in the Bible, i.e. Kwok's Bible, King James Version, LDS, the Quran, I see no apparent structure in any of the dogma. I see no premise for morality. I see more hate and death than love and embrace. This you cannot argue. You can, however, cherry pick or tell me of passages that are metaphors to a higher meaning. But after these 40 authors put together this book, at the beginning there was no denying any of it. But once we began to answer questions that contradicted the Bible, this is when the religious acquired the need for apologetics. I am just holding my views on what cannot be proven to be real, which, I thought was a fairly good statement, and I thought I would get a reply. So I did get a reply, but this is what I got. He put what I said in kind of brackets. He said, you state this like you have absolute certainty that God exists. That's what I said. He said, yes, I have absolute certainty. And then he put in something else. I said, can you produce evidence for this? He replies back, what kind of evidence? And then he puts in another thing I said. I see no premise for morality. That's what I said. What do you mean? You don't think murder is wrong? Anyway, I responded back. I said, he said, what kind of evidence? I said, the kind of evidence strong enough to make a skeptic believe, i.e. me. And then I put in what I said, I see no premise for morality. He responded to, what do you mean? You don't think murder is wrong? I respond again, I believe murder is wrong. But if the Bible and your God are against it, why does he demand so many sacrifices, or calls for the killing of kids, women, animals? How could a moral God provide guidelines to slavery of different creeds and races, not excluding sexual slavery? The horrible list goes on and on, as you must be aware. This, my friend, is becoming the perfect description for a hypocrite. And then he said, yes, I have absolute certainty. Which I respond, this must be based on facts that everyone can agree upon. Because if it is not, then you can't describe it as an absolute certainty. You may only describe it as a personal core belief. Now, I have yet to receive another message from Venom Fang X. Probably because he's going to come up with some more gibberish off of creation.com, or he might call one of his buddies at Creation Ministries, or maybe he's, on the phone with Kent Hovind. I don't know. So I just want to know that if we already had Venom Fang X kind of taken away from YouTube and everybody was getting along just great, and then he decides to come back with his jibber jabber that really didn't create any type of backsplash for solidifying religious belief, then, and he's back again, I figured he would have been more enticed to answer questions. If I provide a question, he should answer them. Now, as most Christians or religious people do, when I ask a question, they answer the question with another question. Thus, this jibber jabber that I have going on. But I want you to simply comment and rate and say, am I wrong, or is Venom Fang X wrong? Or are we at a bridge to where he cannot pass and I cannot pass? We can only meet in the middle because of the lack of evidence either way. Because if you do create a mythological creature, or if you demand that a mythological creature is here and apparent and intrinsically good in nature, but have no evidence for the existence of it other than spoken word and scripture, then why does that make it real? Why do so many people believe in this? I respond to, they probably believe in this because they were brought up to believe in it. And to question the belief in it has been synaptically blocked in their brain. It's almost impossible for them to go against this word or to not believe in something. Now, to believe in a God, believing in a God for the reasons most people believe in a God, so they can live forever and things like that, goes against the 7 deadly sins. All right. Obviously, it's greedy, wanting to live forever and to live in a good place. All right. It's greedy for you to want to live there and to send other people to another place that is the complete opposite of said place. So, that's one deadly sin. I want you guys, going on the 7 deadly sins, to come up with reasons why believing in a religion or following a certain God goes against the other 7 deadly sins. Video responses would be great. Written responses are also welcome. I'm going to make this open, as I do with all my videos. No comments are taken away, no videos are denied. You can put up as many as you want. But I want to show the religious that believing in a God will go against certain deadly sins. And I want you guys to help me show these people that. So anyway, thank you for watching me go on, but I'm really, really hopeful to see all your videos and comments. And don't forget to subscribe and rate. Thanks. Peace out.